Welcome back to Twin Terror. I'm David.
And I'm Gary.
Today we're going to look at the Senate.
The Senate.
The
Are they
US
here?
Senate. The U.S. Senate.
The cat's looking for the Senate too.
And the cradle and the silver spoon.
Yes. So right now, it seems like, short of the executive branch, it seems like the Senate's like the most important election that's coming at us in 2024. So obviously we want Kamala Harris and the Democrats in the executive branch. But right behind it, and when I say right behind it, I mean literally right behind it, don't bend over and tie your shoe, you've got the Senate races. Right now the Democrats are, I think, of the races, two-thirds of them.
Yeah, two-thirds of the seats are Democrats running for re-election.
Yeah.
And there's I think it literally is a third. So 33 seats and 22 or 23 of them are Democratic seats and the remainder are Republican-held seats. If the Republicans can flip 2 seats, then they control the Senate. And you do not want that. No. Not because Republicans are evil, baby-eating communists, but
fascists these days.
Them too. Because the Senate controls that's one of the 3 major branches of government. They control the judge appointments, the Supreme Court justice appointments. They control, if anything the president wants to do has to go through the Senate. Anything the House wants to do has to go through the Senate. So if the Senate chooses not to bring a motion to the floor, it dies in the Senate. So if, let's say, Clarence Thomas and John Roberts decide they're going to retire, Kamala Harris could nominate, a new Supreme Court justice, and then the head of the Senate, whoever replaces McConnell, could say, yeah, we got this new Senate rule. We can't nominate a Democratic president's nominee for the Supreme Court. Well, we'll have to just wait until 2026 after the election's there before we take up this issue. So that's why you don't want the Republicans controlling the Senate, because they will gum things up.
But then again, if Alito and Thomas were to step down, then that would give the Democrats...
No, it won't, because it's a 6-3 majority, so the Republicans could lose 2 seats and still have a 4-3 majority.
Okay. So we got to get 3 of them out of there. So anyways, so we've talked about this before. The Senate races are really, really critical, and unfortunately most of the seats that are up for grabs are held by Democrats.
Yeah.
So, that's your,
And one of them, Joe Manchin's seat. Joe Manchin is not running for re-election. Not that he was ever a Democrat, but former Governor Justice is now running for that Senate seat, and he's really popular. So it seems likely that he will grab that West Virginia seat. John Tester in Montana,
he's got
his hands full with Tim Sheehy.
Although I think that race is starting to tighten up a bit.
It might be tightening up. Again, it's hard to tell because we don't know what's going on with the polls.
Can you trust the polls?
If women and young people get out and vote for John Tester, that will get him over the hump. But if you lose those 2 seats, then we need something like Ted Cruz losing to Colin Allred.
Right.
Or Florida. Senator on the Intelligence Committee.
Let's see.
He was a former VP candidate choice.
Rick Scott.
Not Rick Scott.
Oh. Well, he's going against Debbie McCarcel.
Okay, maybe it is Rick Scott then. I thought it was... I'm trying to blank on the name. Hang on.
Scott Perry? No, that's Pennsylvania.
No, it's a Hispanic dude. Hang on.
You can hit the pause button?
Pause. Ah! That actually wasn't a very long pause. Marco Rubio.
Oh, Rubio.
Yeah.
Who's the moron that's... Oh, it's Nunes that's doing True Social.
Yeah, but he was a California state.
California rep. I'm having a tough time keeping my corrupt Republicans straight. I need playing cards. I need corrupt GOP playing cards.
So let's look at the energy around the Senate election. Post-election, as the energy stands now. How's it looking? Blue or red?
Yes. This is for entertainment purposes only.
Clearly.
Since we don't control the weather.
Exactly. Done like the Marjorie Taylor Greene. 2 of Wands. Okay, so does that mean there's a 2-seat majority in the Senate? Is it the red hat that I should be focusing on? Or is it just the fact that you start off with the idea and then you start the planning stages of it? So you've got the Two of Wands followed by the Ace of Wands. There's going to be a big push. Believe it or not, and with the Ten of Wands underneath.
Boy, a lot of wands, a lot of fire going on here.
Yeah. Believe it or not, this may not be a bad news for the Democrats. This could be that the Republicans pick up 2 seats, but then the Democrats get a seat. Or, Justice starts coming in and starts taking out the Ted Cruzes of the world. The Ace of Wands is a great cross here because it's about a big push forward. If the Democrats could actually pick up 2 seats, which would be amazing, then their job isn't as hard as it is. It's still a difficult job, but you've got some breathing room to get stuff done. In the past, you got the Ace of Swords. I think people come out and vote. I really think people come out and vote and give Kamala Harris a mandate. Yeah, it's... I don't think the Republicans are going to take control of the Senate. And they could very well. But somebody's going to have the advantage in the Senate, and that goes to the Democrats because they'll have the vice presidency. Overarching energy, yeah. This is Kamala Harris, and her rising tide lifts all ships. It's the kind of thing that gets John Tester over the finish line. It gets Colin Allred over the finish line. Mm-hmm. I don't think we're going to get West Virginia, but I think John Tester gets over the finish line. And then maybe we flip Ted Cruz and Rick Scott, and all of a sudden you've lost 1 seat in West Virginia and gained 3 for a gain of 2. Yeah, the lesson to be learned is 5 of Swords. You have to have control of all 3 branches of government to get anything done. And at this point, the Democrats have learned you don't compromise with the Republicans, not because the Democrats don't want to, it's because the Republicans are unreasonable. And they've shown that they always change the rules. That whole Mitch McConnell thing about, well, we can't nominate a Supreme Court justice in election year. And then when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died in 6 weeks before the election, when people were actually voting, they're trying to force Amy Coney Barrett in through that. A woman who couldn't even tell you what was in the First Amendment of the Constitution, what was protected by it, which should have been disqualifying. So screw the Republicans. They don't play fair. They'll whine about, but you need to be inclusive. We need to work bipartisan. Screw you. It's time that the Democrats said, we're going to put our legislation in place. And if we have to get rid of the stupid rule about the filibuster, then we'll do it. Cry your heart out. I think there's going to be a big emotional purge, but a push with the new Senate. I do think the Democrats are going to take it. I think we're going to be surprised because they actually gain a couple of seats that we're not expecting. Maybe pissing off. Do you need to read on this one? Or?
No.
I think pissing off the Haitians, the Haitian community, especially when there's a big group of them living in Florida, where Rick Scott's running for re-election. That may not have been the smartest play on
that may be your new messaging right
Humpty
there.
Dumps Trump. It's like that was kind of maybe a stupid thing to do. Way to give the election away. Young people, women, get out, register, get out and vote, make a difference, overcome the voter suppression.
Okay, I'm gonna do a reading. How are the Republicans feeling about the Senate after the election?
I hope you get the 3 of laying on the ground, stomping your feet, and having a tantrum.
Oh.
I don't know what card that is.
That's the Gary playing Monopoly when he was 10 and losing.
I don't think you're that.
Okay, so for entertainment purposes only, how are the Republicans feeling about the Senate after the election?
Given the current energy.
We've got some work to do. Now, does that mean as senators we've got lots of work to do? Or does that mean, after the blue wave we've got a lot of work to do? Someone's busy at work here providing things of value. It certainly hasn't been the House of Representatives.
No. That was a funny thing because I thought of the House of Representatives because they're in charge of the purse strings.
Yeah.
These are not 2 easy cards to start off with.
No, they aren't. So, got a lot of work to do, and we've got a lot of abundance here.
I would be surprised by your ratings. It looks like they take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
that makes more sense if they take it than
yeah.
if not.
I mean, there is that possibility that they do take it temporarily. But there's a lot of shit coming out with Trump and the Jan 6th and the people that were involved that might have been senators. There's a lot of stuff going on.
I wonder if even some of the races are so close we don't find out right away.
That could be.
Because look at that bottom card.
Yeah. Underneath it is the Queen of Cups, keeping a lid on the emotions. This could be not getting too excited about things or not getting too angry about things.
Yeah.
It could be that there's some confusion or question as to how this is ultimately going to sort itself out.
It just could be that the Republicans don't get it. Just don't get it.
You could say that about a lot of things.
Start working on 2026, man, because 2024 might be a bust.
Yeah.
It could be. This is almost like this could be worse.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh.
In the past, okay, well, we're starting to get some clarification how they're feeling. In the past, they were not happy with
the results.
The results.
Nope.
What was being offered to them, they did not like that.
Yep. Wonder if they're gonna. While Trump's saying the election was stolen, they filed their lawsuits too.
Yeah, let's see. Current energy, temperance. They're trying to find a balance. They're trying to find a way to balance it.
Okay. Yeah, I see where this is going.
No, you do? Okay. So I'm going to keep going, then you can jump in at the end.
Yeah. Just think of it. It's so close that they figured, if we can just work with the Democrats, we can get them to not get rid of the filibuster, and maybe we can replace. This is like damage control.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah.
To me, this is all. This sucks. It didn't come out. We have to do damage control.
Yeah.
Or else, they're going to do to us what we were going to do to them.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is pretty much the big white male fear in this world. So they don't want minorities and women to get power because you've been oppressing them for so long. You're afraid they're going to retaliate and treat you the same way you treated them.
We were on your side all along, working hard. Yeah, this could be the women voters.
Yeah.
Let their voices be known. You took it's reproductive. I mean, the Empress is all about fertility.
You took away their rights. What did you think was going to happen?
You worked really hard to take away their rights.
What did you think was going to happen?
Yeah. Now you're not liking how that worked out.
Yeah, it's the mandatory male vasectomy. Actually, it would be really funny forcing men to pay child support the minute a woman's impregnated.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And women, they kept their cool until election day, and then they let them have it.
You may not have let them know who they're. I don't know what happened. I voted for Trump.
Yeah.
Get my ass.
The overarching energy is the Eight of Cups. Yeah, that emotional walking away, like, oh boy.
Yeah.
It's a red cape that's walking away.
Yeah. I think the Democrats pull it out.
Yep, it looks like the Senate. These are good cards if you are supporting Democrats for the Senate.
Yep.
Okay, lesson to be learned. The High Priestess, divine feminine energy. Nice, strong feminine card there.
Yep. I guess the Jewish voters voted for the Democrats too. This is also the most Jewish card in the whole deck. So you piss off the Haitians, you piss off the Jews, you piss off women, you piss off young people, and then you don't know why you don't win the popular vote.
No, I don't know why. I'm not liking these choices you have in front of me.
Ooh, I think I see what's happening with this one.
Oh?
This is money starving. They didn't win because Trump took all the money. There's no money to give to the other
down ballot.
They have to raise their own money.
Yeah.
So if they're not raising their own money, they're in trouble. Okay, keep going. Okay. I think that's what that might be.
The outcome, King of Pentacles. It was all about money.
Yep. Trump kept it.
Yeah, the Senate, they're voting in people that had the resources that are bringing things of value.
And this could also be American oligarchs are still behind the Republicans. The Republicans may not lose the American oligarchs yet, the billionaire class, because the billionaires know that the Senate will give them, their tax breaks that they want and get rid of all those pesky regulations which prevent them from making max profits.
Well, I wonder if it's the oligarchs are causing their senators to show temperance.
They might buy senators. You're allowed to buy them too, apparently, in the United States.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. For this, the way this is going, And if you're on point with, the GOP was starving their down ballot candidates because
Yeah.
the Republican National Committee was throwing all
Sending
the
all the
money
money
at
to
Trump.
Trump. Yeah.
Yeah, that the lesson to be, or the outcome is they lost the seats because they did not have the resources.
Yeah.
It all went to Trump.
I do think that oligarchs will continue to support the Republicans on the short term, but they're also going to have to realize they might just buy some Democratic senators and get them to put Joe Manchin was the perfect example. Kirsten Sinema was another one. The folks that would put the kibosh on the Inflation Reduction Act didn't say, no, it's too much inflation reduction. It was there was a $3 billion program and he got it down, or $3 trillion, he got it down to 1.8 or something. Just nickel and diming stupid stuff. I can't sell this to the people of West Virginia.
Well, it's hard for those senators that are in swing states. So they got to try and run that sort of middle path to not piss off the independents and the left-leaning.
If you're in a swing state, it's 50-50 almost. Manchin was just a crook.
Yeah,
he was just a crook, flat out. It was all about him. And since he could be a deciding vote, he could play both sides off on each other. Who was going to give him the best deal? So that he could tell the good people of West Virginia that this was their best deal. Mm-hmm. McConnell more than once said he should be a Republican. He votes with us so much. Yeah, he didn't want to do that because then he'd be expected to toe the party line for free. As opposed to selling his vote. That's why Kirsten Sinema went independent. She wanted to sell her vote too. Manchin was getting all the money and she wanted some of that. And she screwed them both over.
Okay, so
but I have opinions.
You do have a lot of opinions.
Hate Manchin. The guy's a dick.
I thought you didn't like McConnell.
Don't like him either.
Oh, okay. There's a growing list of people you don't like. How about Elon Musk?
I'd like Elon Musk to be in a Cybertruck with Mitch McConnell and Joe Manchin.
And Ted Cruz?
And throw Ted Cruz in there too. And then they could test out the launch control on Devil Slide and see if the Cybertruck brakes are up to muster. I mean, it's a truck for any terrain. Okay. Can it handle Devil Slide right around Big Sur, for instance?
Yeah. Well, Devil Slide, for those of you who don't know, it's
Highway 1.
We have Highway 1. It's up near Pacifica Half Moon Bay. And there was a section that they call Devil Slide because the road was always washing away.
Well, pretty much Highway 1 through much of California is built on some of the worst rock that you can. It's unstable. It falls into the ocean all the time. And that roadway is forever falling into the ocean.
Yeah, lately they've had all sorts of issues keeping that road open, especially in the Big Sur area, where the whole sections have just disappeared.
It might be fun to put that as the thumbnail if we can remember. Just there's the sign that says stop, and there's no road in front of you. It's straight out of the far side.
Okay, so I'm gonna do a little four-carter. Will the Democrats have control of the Senate on Inauguration Day?
I'm entertained. This is so entertaining.
Okay, will the Democrats have control of the Senate on Inauguration Day?
There's that whole burden card again. Okay. It's like all the heavy lifting has to be done by them. Let's see how that works out.
See. There's some heartbreak.
And betrayal.
A new journey.
Yeah.
Gotta balance things and waiting for our ships to come in.
That makes it feel like it's a tie, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure. There's this is going to be a different election. I mean, I know you all just fell over in shock out there in the audience there. God. So
okay, keep going.
Yeah, so will the Democrats have control of the Senate on Inauguration Day? They've got this big burden. It could be they have a lot of work to do. The main clarifier is just the betrayal that has occurred. There may be stuff that's coming out of this Jan 6 trial that's going to start exposing Republicans.
Josh Hawley, Ted Cruz, amongst others.
Some of these Republican senators.
Let's not forget that moron in Alabama, Tommy Tuberville.
That this is a new journey. That we're going down a path that we really haven't gone down before, and it's about balancing. There's a blue wave, but there's some balancing that needs to occur here, and we're just waiting for the results, waiting for the cliche is waiting for your ship to come in, but you're basically you're looking out in the future. You see that everything is coming your way, but it might not have arrived just yet. So this is kind of telling me that the Democrats might not have control of the Senate straight away, but they're going to get there.
Yeah, there could be lawsuits that are filed. Basically people not conceding the election.
Yeah, this could play
That's
into.
what it looks like.
Yeah, it could be the denying certification, lawsuits, yada 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 yada. This is, like I said, this is not going to be a normal election.
The Republicans will not go down without a fight, and even if they don't have a legal leg to stand on, they'll create a legal leg to stand on.
Yeah, they're counting on Trump's Supreme Court to bail them out. So,
because what's the alternative? The alternative for a lot of them is prison. Because guess what? Jack Smith and Kamala Harris, that 1-2 punch, and we'll have a new attorney general at that point because Merrick Garland's going to be gone, and they're going to Kamala Harris will probably put the most ruthless son of a bitch in that position and say, turn him that way, go kill, and no, again, for Josh Hawley, Ted Cruz, Tommy Tuberville, amongst another, there were 10 senators, Republican senators, Chuck Grassley, that didn't want Lindsey Graham, the ones that didn't want the election to be certified, they are in a lot of legal hot water. Not because voting against the certification is illegal, but it smacks that you're part of the conspiracy.
yeah.
And if you are, there are going to be consequences that that they don't want to face. So they will do anything they can to maintain power to avoid the consequences of their actions. Yeah. That's where I'm going with it.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We clearly will be looking at this again at least one more time before the actual election. So
Exactly.
right. My goodness.
My wife is tearing apart my brother's house. Let's turn the camera on so everybody can see her.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching this video and supporting our channel. We appreciate it.
Yes. Please like, share, subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you like this nonsense. Subscribe if you really like it.
And don't be like Michelle and dump everything out of the refrigerator onto the floor.
Goodness. She's
Especially when it's not your refrigerator.
She's stealing cookies and everything.
Yeah, she's got the pumpkin JoJo action going on.
She's eating the cookies. Have a great night, folks.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.